Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight with a burning topic. Sorry, in more ways than one. Last Saturday evening, we had a blackout at Weir, and so I prepared dinner on our gas stove by the light of a couple of candles that I keep around the place for such emergencies. I thought about the uncounted generations of people who lived by the light of tiny, naked flames and warmed themselves by open fireplaces. Then the Rural Fire Brigade truck arrived. The volunteers were trying to locate a forest fire burning in an inaccessible gully not far away. And I thought, how lucky we are to have services to protect us from the utter devastation caused by bushfires. The next day, a fire break was bulldozed down the mountain in difficult country between the fire and the properties of some pretty anxious people. And slowly the fire has burnt itself out. It burned all the time I was writing this talk, and I still have the smell of smoke in my nostrils. Can you hear me? Yes. Yes. Well, for the first 30 years of its existence, Gympie had no reticulated water supply and no proper fire brigade. Out-of-control fires were frequent, and the Gympie Times records them all. Fires caused when candles accidentally brushed against curtains or mosquito nets. Women's voluminous skirts going up in flames while they were cooking or washing. House fires, shop fires, and of course the many mysterious fires in Gympie's hotels. One of the earliest of these, with the flavour of the goldfield, was the fire at the 1 Mile that burnt down French Charlie's Live and Let Live Hotel and Theatre Royal in January 1868. The fire started in the Hit or Miss Pie Shop, which was next door to the hotel, and it was ignited by the coals in a pie warmer used by a pie seller in the theatre. Tonight I'll talk about some of the devastating fires that have shaped Gympie's built environment. I've chosen 4 that destroyed whole sections of Mary Street, and 5 that dramatically removed well-known buildings from the landscape. Let's start with Gympie's first truly shattering fire, the Great Explosion of 1877. Although a government powder magazine near Reef Street stored explosives for the mines, Mary Street storekeepers also sold them in their shops. The Gympie Times often hinted darkly that no good would come of this, but no one took any notice until the 17th of August 1877, when matters came to a head explosively. The photograph there shows the section where the explosion happened. That's Tattersall's hotel. That's Scott's store. And we're looking towards Nash Gully and up Caledonian Hill to the Caledonian mine on the top. And you can actually see the mullock heap. And if you look closely into the photographs, you can actually see the poppet heads of the Caledonian mine. Now, the Gympie Times described this scene. Shortly before 5 o'clock yesterday morning, the tolling of the bell at the Roman Catholic Church aroused the people of Gympie And very quickly, excited crowds from Apollonian Vale in the 1 mile were hurrying towards Caledonian Hill, and from Commissioners Hill towards the Nash Gully, near to where it was apparent that an extensive conflagration had occurred. From the hills around, it could be seen that the business premises of Mr. William Scott in Mary Street were on fire. And as the flames mounted high into the air, the country for a considerable distance was brilliantly illuminated. Luckily for the township, there was no breeze from any direction, and with a good supply of water directed by willing hands, all danger could have been confined to the store itself. But unfortunately, no sufficient supply was available. The fire brigade were quickly on the spot, but even if there had been an inexhaustible quantity of water, they could never have subdued the flames with their slender appliances. You wonder what they had. Scott's store would not be saved, though Constable Tom King and Mr. Truman managed to rescue Scott's horses from the stables at the back. George Robinson, the gunsmith's shop next door, was quickly burnt down. In an effort to save Woodrow's store on the other side, a fence was pulled down and palings and shingles were removed. The fence were removed from Lynch's, Tattersall's Hotel and Thomas Bevan's photography shop. And the fronts of shops on the opposite side of Mary Street were covered in wet blankets. 20 minutes after the bell tolled, a terrible explosion took place at the back of Scott's store, shattering glass windows up and down Mary Street and throwing burning timber and debris into the air as high as the Church of England on Palatine Hill and the tops of Caledonian and Calton Hill. Scott had stored a large quantity of kerosene and an explosive called pyrolignoid in one of his outbuildings. James Woodrow then warned that he had half a keg of blasting powder and some lithofracteur stored in his outbuildings. And 15 minutes later, an even more terrible explosion occurred. This explosion destroyed Woodrow's premises and wrecked B.B. Smith's chemist shop. But when the smoke cleared, it was found that the blast had removed everything from